You set your sights on something, a goal, a direction, a change that you want to make, and you didn't just sit around hoping. You made a plan. You showed up. You did the parts that were in your control. And you knew, at least intellectually, that not all of it was up to you. There were other people involved, timing, conditions, maybe a little luck. But then the thing that you wanted, it didn't happen. The result wasn't what you wanted. And that moment right there and the following choices are what I want to explore with you. Not the failure itself, but what your personal system does next. Because everyone has a move, a series of moves that they play in that moment, and they play it again and again because you're smart and you lived some life, and at some point those moves worked well for you. But before we can go into this practically, you gotta know what your default pattern is in your nervous system. So pause this video, go down to the description below, and take our free Somatic Skins quiz. This will show you the nervous system pattern that is most dominant and alive in you. Take that and then come back, and it will give you a clear blueprint for everything I'm about to walk through. Okay, so same situation, same disappointment. 4 different nervous system patterns, 4 very different explanations of what just happened. Let's start with the warrior. When the desired outcome doesn't happen, the warrior tightens. Internally, their story sounds something like, I didn't push hard enough. I need more discipline. What's wrong with these people? Go again, more, stronger, try harder. Because the warrior deep down believes that effort will solve the problem. Pressure, force, responsibility through action. All right, now the shapeshifter. When something doesn't work to plan, the shapeshifter moves. Internally, that might look like them saying to themselves, well, that wasn't it. Let's change it up. Let's pivot. That's no longer aligned. Something else will open. And the shapeshifter believes that movement or changing the game keeps things alive. Change the angle, change the approach, but stay in motion. Now we have the sage. When the result doesn't come, the sage pauses. This might look like an internal orientation to, I must be missing something. There's a pattern here. I need to understand this better before I move. The sage believes that clarity comes first. Stillness, analysis, seeing before acting, understanding everything. Then there is the asset. This might look like the empath or HSP. So when things don't go as planned, the asset feels internally. They might say, did I hurt someone? This doesn't feel good anymore. Did I miss something relationally? Did I not read the signs correctly? And the asset believes that attunement matters most. Care, connection, synchronicity, and stability through relationship with themselves, with energy, with others, with the environment. Here's the thing. All 4 of these responses make sense. And all 4 can work because they're all intelligent. And all 4 become traps when they turn into identity. This is the line from our book, The Somatic Skins, that illustrates this best. You are not the skins. You are the one who commands them. You see, the problem isn't that you are a dominant warrior skin or a shapeshifter or a sage or an asset. The problem is when one of them runs the whole show. And this is the distinction that's easy to miss. Each skin also has range. So a warrior can look like someone grinding themselves into the ground. And we might look at that and say, ugh, I don't want that. Or a warrior can look like someone whose presence stabilizes a room, drives action and direction. A shapeshifter can look like someone you can't count on, always changing direction and never finishing. Or a shapeshifter can look like Bruce Lee, fluid, precise, impossible to pin down. A sage can look like someone trapped in their head, thinking instead of moving, always analyzing. Or a sage can look like someone whose clarity cuts straight to what matters. An asset, an empath, can look like someone who absorbs everyone else's emotions and they disappear. Or they can look like someone whose presence regulates others without effort, like they're doing something that's undeniable, unforgettable, but no one can see it. Same skin, very different expressions. What makes the difference is capacity. Capacity is how well your nervous system can hold pressure without collapsing, armoring, or disappearing. When capacity in any of these skins is low, your skin becomes a defense, a protective measure. When capacity is high or trained, the same skin becomes mastery. It's breathtaking. And this is why a one-size-fits-all coaching, it doesn't work. Because you have the orientation of the coach and you also have the orientation of the client, right? And you cannot guide people effectively if you do not understand how they organize pressure. I mean, you can't just tell a warrior to soften and feel everything. You can't just tell conceptually a shapeshifter, focus more, stick to it. You can't tell a sage just to take action. You can't tell an asset to simply be stronger. To do so, like their system is going to be screaming and it may or may not even be effective. So this is the work that exists to train capacity under these patterns, not as personality, but to build range that includes them all, to move from reflex to response and then to creative choice, not to just become a different skin, fancier label, but to gain command of all four, not in concept, in real mind-body command. So if you want to go deeper into this work, we've written 2 books that are now available that unpack the skins, these nervous system patterns and the training behind them in much more detail, as well as how to build the body as a vessel that can hold stronger capacity. The Somatic Skins and Becoming the Grand Formidable. They are not self-help, they're field manuals for understanding how bodies organize under pressure and how command is actually trained. So you can find both of those below in the description. And if you're someone who doesn't want to just understand it, but you want to live it, train it with us, this is the work that we do within the Prestige. We don't just talk about nervous systems, we train them. And all of that is linked below, the quiz, the books, and ways to train with us directly. Genuinely, thank you for staying with us this far to the end. If you enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. And feel free to continue the conversation in the comments below. Till next time.